welcome back. So today we are going to make something very close to my heart because we're going to make a Brazilian food, and we're going to make the most Brazilian, the most well-known Brazilian food I think in the world, which is feijoada. I have been homesick for a while now, and I decided to make it because you guys asked me so much, and because I wanted to feed my soul, you know. I wanted to nourish my body, and I wanted to nourish my soul, and that's the best way of doing this. But before we start, remember to subscribe, click the bell button so you get notified every time I make a video. And this is it. Let's go to the video. The first thing I did was I selected a very nice black bean, and then I washed it thoroughly, got rid of, sometimes they have a little bit of stones or things like that, so you get rid of that so nobody breaks a tooth. And after that you put it in a bowl and add water. Cover it with water, enough because it will expand, and you leave it overnight or for at least 8 hours. And here I have my beans properly washed, and they have been soaked in water overnight and drained. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add to the pressure cooker and now we're going to add some simple ingredients that you already probably have in your home. So 5 or 6 bay leaves, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder, and cover with water. If you're not comfortable cooking with the pressure cooker, you can cook it in a stove, no problem about that. But then you gotta be around, and it's gonna take, instead of 1 hour, 40 minutes, is going to take like 2 hours and a half, depending on the quality of your beans. And for the second step of this meal, we're going to cut, I have here 3 different vegan sausages. I have a German one, a Vienna, and a chorizo, because originally feijoada is made with a pork meat, but because we love pigs, we're not going to do that to them, poor things. So we're going to add that. And at the end, we're going to add a little bit of liquid smoke, because the meats that they use, they're smoked, and gives that very particular smell to the food, and that's what we're gonna do. All right, all my sausages are here, and my chorizo. Now we're going to sear them. And of course, for this meal, of course, I'm going to use a cast iron pan because I want this extra charred taste. We start with 1 tablespoon vegetable oil, and we add the sausages. Now, if your pan is too small, don't overcrowd it, because we want them to brown in both sides. If you have a non-stick pan, if you don't want to use or you don't own cast iron pan, you can use a non-stick. Then you can skip the oil if you're watching for your oil consumption. All right, everything cooked, and now I'm just gonna transfer back to my kitty cat bowl, and we're going to go to the next step. Step 3 of our meal, of our feijoada. Here I have collard greens. As you can see, they're pretty thick and pretty big, packed with iron and packed with magnesium. Leaves, very good, a lot of protein. This is one of my favorite ones. So what we're gonna do is we're going to trim the stem, but don't throw away the stem, because the stem is very good for your green juice. And when you are done trimming the stems, you roll them together like a cigar, and you cut very finely. Alright, now we're going to transfer all this into a large skillet, and we're going to saute it. and back to the fourth step. Now we're going to make the banana farofa. Farofa is made out of, how do you say it, mandioc? And it's this mandioc flour. It's like super delicious, and it's very popular in Brazil and in some places in Africa. I think in Nigeria it's very popular. I'm not sure if you know. Let me know in the comments below. And we start by adding some butter to the same skillet that we used before, the cast iron skillet. Once the butter is melted, we add the banana. It's nice if it's ripe, because then it's going to break a little bit and it's going to spread the taste through the farofa. Okay, now you add the farofa. And this is not a food that you have in winter or anything like that. We have that in Brazil year-round, and it's very common on Saturdays. So it's very common that restaurants on Saturdays, they have a Feijoada day. All right, done. And I'm just going to transfer to the bowl here. And we're going to check our beans because they have been cooking for 35 minutes. And now we're going to the fifth step of our food. All right, so now our beans are cooking in the stove open. I'm going to show you in a minute. And while they're cooking, because the broth needs to thicken and everything needs to come together, we're going to saute some onions and garlic and put it in a pot along with the sausages. So let's go. Our feijoada ready to be enjoyed, and I hope you have enjoyed this video, because I certainly had a lot of fun. It brought me back to Brazil, to so many nice memories, not only from my parents' house, but going to grandparents' house, or uncles and aunts, birthdays, and in Brazil, as any other Latin country, love to celebrate. We love to get together. We are loud, we are messy, but we are very loving, and we are very good together. This craziness that you see in the movies, that's exactly how it is. So of course I'm gonna have to try this, because guys, honestly, I have tried a little bit before, because you have to adjust the salt and these kind of things, but this one is to die for. Come on. What can I say? Make it. You want to impress your friends, you want to make a theme party. If you're a Brazilian and you live abroad, this is a very nice way to bring your friends together, your co-workers together, and celebrate something, or celebrate absolutely nothing, just the fact that you're alive and happy. And I'm getting emotional, because this is the food that is really, really close to my heart. So I have two announcements to make. One is that this beautiful knife here that I have been using for a while now is Hanzo knife, and they're an awesome company. And if you want to get one of those knives, just click on the description below, on the link below, and if you put the code Chef Jana, you get 25% discount. How awesome is that? And seriously, I have been using those knives, and I waited a little bit just to test. if they were really nice, so I could tell you about that, and they are. I only use them, so I know you're gonna love it as well. And the other thing is that follow my blog and subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below if you like feijoada. Have you ever had it? And this is it for today. I see you next time. Have a great week. Bye bye.